हाय गाइस एंड वेलकम टू शिफ्टिंग गियर्स। और आज के वीडियो में मेरे साथ है KTM की ऑल न्यू RC 390 स्पोर्ट बाइक। ये KTM RC 390 का न्यू जेनरेशन अवतार है। दिस इज एन ऑल न्यू मोटरसाइकिल और इस बाइक की कीमत शुरू होती है फ्रॉम ₹3,13,922 एक्स शोरूम। So that is a significant jump compared to the old RC 390. लेकिन ये जो बाइक है, it is packing a lot of tech, a lot of features now, which is going to try to justify that premium price tag. And let me tell you, इस segment में इतना potent package शायद ही आपको मिलने वाला है. The TVS Apache RR 310 has improved with time and it has a lot that, sounds good on paper at least. But then there is no replacement to displacement, is it? And there is a lot of punch that this RC 390 still packs and it is still the bike to beat in the segment. इस वीडियो में हम इस बाइक के बारे में सभी कुछ जानने वाले हैं. What has changed in terms of the design? कैसा है इस मोटरसाइकिल का ride and handling package because the ergonomics have also been revised. What has changed in terms of the mechanical bits? I am going to tell you everything so that you can make an informed buying decision. Because if you want to attack those corners, this is probably the best track tool that you can buy. And also when you want to exit that corner fast, this is the best entry level motorcycle that you can bring home.
At the end of its life, the old KTM RC 390 retailed at ₹2,77,766. So compare that with the new ₹3,14,000 sticker price. This new generation model is asking for quite a lot more. The Apache RR 310 has an ex-showroom Delhi price tag of ₹2.65 lakh, while the Kawasaki Ninja 300 starts at ₹3.37 lakh ex-showroom. But when you consider all that you are getting for the price that you pay, the KTM RC 390 still stands out as the better deal and a better super sport motorcycle.
सबसे पहले तो इस मोटरसाइकिल के वेट के बारे में बात कर लेते हैं. KTM is offering you a larger fuel tank with this RC 390 that is going to allow you to ride longer, to ride further. But the brand has saved a few kilos from multiple parts. So let's get to know the motorcycle in that context.
This new for 2022 KTM RC 390 has a curb weight of 172 kilograms, which is down by just 1 kg compared to the old motorcycle. But that is not the bigger and clearer picture. The fuel tank capacity of the new bike is up to 13.7 liters as opposed to 9.5 liters on the old bike. So that has clearly added some weight. And also the new split trellis chassis with the new rear subframe is heavier than the older one, 0.1 kg heavier to be precise. So this weight number sounds confusing. Let me explain. KTM has managed to reduce the dry weight of the motorcycle by 3.7 kilos. The wheels are lighter by 1.1 kg while maintaining rigidity. The brake discs mounted directly on the wheels also reduce an additional 1.1 kilos. The new chain cover is lighter by 0.1 kg and the hollow front axle has also resulted in some weight loss. Even the new and beautiful looking split seat has resulted in 0.9 kg weight loss, even though there is 50% extra foam to keep your bottom happy. With all the changes, the new weight bias of the new RC 390 is in a ratio of 52:48 on the front and rear axle. Now KTM has put in effort to make the RC 390 more livable inside the city. But let me tell you, this new bike still has an aggressive and committed riding stance, but slightly easier than before. The India spec KTM RC 390 offers you 14.5 mm of handlebar range to move up and down depending on your riding style. We were riding the motorcycle with the bars set at the highest, My height is 5 feet 8 inches, and thanks to the narrow width of the bike between your legs, it is fairly easy to manage. However, the saddle height of 835mm might not be most welcoming for shorter riders. Get this straight, this is still a super sport track tool and not an all-day mile-munching sports tourer. But then it all comes down to rider preference. How comfortable is this bike for a pillion? You try it out and share your thoughts with us in the comments below. We wish there was better wind protection at high speeds when sitting upright, because clearly the focus here is on that aggressive tuck. Also, during lock-to-lock U-turns, the handlebar comes quite close to the windscreen. Not that it will bother you, just a detail to notice.
Now that you know the weight of this KTM RC 390, let's talk about the feature additions and let's talk about the design highlights of this super sport motorcycle, because it looks very different compared to the old RC 390. And while some people might not like the overall design, I for one really like this new paint scheme, and I think this bike does look the part and it does look very sporty and in your face, just like the old motorcycle.
Now let's address the elephant in the room, shall we? Quite a few people say that the new RC design language is just about okay when compared to the old bike. But for me, it works. This is more function over form, and that is very important. The brand claims that the new RC 390 is inspired from the RC 16 race bike, and aerodynamics have played a key role in the design and development process, which results in a lower coefficient of drag, and hence you can achieve a higher top speed. I really love the new blue and orange paint scheme, and it looks striking and will be easily identifiable as a RC 390. Features include an all LED headlamp, LED DRLs flanking the headlamp on either side, LED turn indicators also integrated in the fairing and not on the mirrors like the old bike, bubble shaped front windscreen, new single point folding rear view mirrors, wider metal tank allowing better knee grip while cornering, fairing vents optimized for airflow and cooling, all new bodywork, new exhaust end can, split trellis chassis in dual colors, new design alloy wheels, upside down front forks, rear monoshock, clip-on handlebar, LED tail lamp, rear tire hugger, split seats in a very premium upholstery, pillion grab rails, electronics and battery positioned behind the fuel tank for easy access, foldable foot pegs and levers, neatly integrated sari guard, and one fine detail which I really liked was the new KTM badge on the fuel tank. Parts fit and finish is good, and it does look and feel like a premium motorcycle. The new KTM RC 390 finally gets a colored TFT digital instrument cluster, which is similar to what we see on the 390 Adventure. This unit has auto dim function with a day-night display theme. There is all the information that you need over here, along with KTM's My Ride connectivity for calls and music. However, navigation is missing. Making use of the new switch cubes for the rider, you can control the ABS, Quick Shifter Plus, traction control, cornering ABS, shift RPM, peak RPM, and much more. You let us know if this new display looks good to you when you compare it to the TVS Apache RR 310.
Still 373cc, still 43.5 horsepower, but now 37 Newton meters of torque. Let's talk about the performance of this all-new RC 390 sport bike.
Powering the 2022 KTM RC 390 is a 373cc single-cylinder 4-stroke liquid-cooled engine which we are familiar with. This motor produces 43.5 PS of power at 9000 RPM and an additional 1 Newton meters, making a total of 37 Newton meters at 7000 RPM, matched to a 6-speed gearbox coupled to a slipper assist clutch. With best-in-class power-to-weight ratio of 253 PS per ton, the new RC 390 stays ahead of its rivals. The new 40% larger airbox with ambient sensors has resulted in better acceleration timings. The new RC 390 does a 0 to 60 km per hour sprint in 2.7 seconds as opposed to 3.2 seconds before, and 0 to 100 comes up in 6.3 seconds as opposed to 7.1 seconds of the older model. That is quite an impressive gain. With my weight of 80 kilograms, I managed a top speed of 166 kilometers per hour, and a lighter rider can easily clock 170 at least on a long straight. KTM claims that the engine is now tuned for better low-end performance for effortless city riding. To keep things cool, the new curved radiator has dual fans and has 10% bigger surface area while diverting hot air away from the rider. Mileage claim is 3.46 liters for 100 kilometers, and this 28 to 29 kmpl number should be easily achievable. Clutch action is very light and the gear shifts are precise. The up and down quick shifter works well too, unlike the first lot 390 Adventure which I own. So attacking corners is going to be extra fun on this new RC390. The new bike gets ride-by-wire with Bosch EMS, and the Bosch 9.1 MP dual channel ABS also adds supermoto functionality, which means the possibility of locking and sliding the rear wheel. Cornering ABS and traction control also ensure rider safety at all times, and this new package is really fun yet forgiving. We had a short stint at the Bajaj test track, and throughout our ride, we had no problems with vibrations, even when keeping the engine on the boil. It was a hot and sunny day around Pune, and I was tired and dehydrated before the engine temperature gave me any warning.
So far you know everything that has changed on this RC390 sport bike. Now let's talk about how all of this comes together. How good is the ride and handling package of this all-new generation RC390 sports bike?
With the reduction in unsprung mass and the new rider's triangle, KTM has managed to make the RC390 magical. Let me say this clearly and loudly. The new RC390 is the best track motorcycle money can buy in this segment. The TVS Apache RR 310 and the Kawasaki Ninja 300 cannot hold a candle in front of it. So sharp, so aggressive, so on point, and now a little bit more comfortable too. Swinging the bike from left to right, changing directions is super swift and effortless. You will be surprised how quickly the bike moves, and it might even catch you off guard when you are new to this motorcycle. Can you go out on a long ride on this motorcycle? Of course yes. Will you still feel some pain on your wrist? Yes, especially during your initial weeks of ownership. But the way it handles, how rewarding it is, you will live with it happily with a wide grin on your face when riding full gas around twisty roads. Now the front upside down fork is new with better road imperfection absorbing ability. Yes, there is no adjustability for the front fork unlike the export spec motorcycle, but I won't whine about it much. Most keyboard warriors and legends who spend more time on a couch would complain about this, but the front end of the bike does what it needs to, which is communicate for a confidence inspiring feel. The rear monoshock is 5-step adjustable for preload and damping, so that is definitely going to help. The suspension travel at both ends has gone up, 130 mm at the front, up by 10 mm, and 165 mm at the rear, up by 17 mm. So clearly there was more focus on comfort. Is this ride quality plush? We can't really say that because we were riding on a test track and not in the urban jungle. At 153 mm, the ground clearance is also up by 3 mm. 320 mm of front disc, 230 mm of rear disc might be the same in number, but the front disc is all new and the calipers are now radially mounted. KTM claims best in class stopping power, and we will not question it. The bite, feel and feedback from the levers absolutely on point. We were riding the bike hard for long, really slamming the brakes again and again, but we did not notice any fade or lack of confidence. Adding to our confidence were the super grippy Metzeler tires leaching onto the tarmac at all times. Tire profile remains the same just as before. Everything on this motorcycle comes together brilliantly. The KTM RC 390 continues to remain the benchmark in the category if you are of the enthusiastic type.
So that is it. That is all that you need to know about this 2022 KTM RC 390. क्या आपको ये मोटरसाइकिल पसंद आई? क्या आपको लगता है पुराने RC 390 के मुकाबले ये बाइक ज़्यादा अच्छी दिखती है? Do you appreciate the new features and tech that this motorcycle is now bringing to the table? Of course, it comes at a price, but then at least you are getting it and that price hike is justified. अगर आपके और कोई सवाल हैं इस बाइक के बारे में, do ask me. I will try my best to help you out. Till next time, subscribe to the Shifting Gears channel, press that bell icon, always ride safe, always wear proper riding gear, always wear your helmet, and no matter how much power you have between your legs, I mean from your motorcycle, say no to stupid stunting.